their belly, and they take a person's leg and they lift it up. Now, in school, I learned that 40 degrees was normal. And what do we mean? 40 degrees. So if I have, this is the bottom line of the stick, and I take this leg and I lift the leg up, that's about 40 degrees, okay? Now, in order to get this motion, I have to have a sufficient amount of movement here in front. And what movement process did we do yesterday that focused on this opening up?
Knee on the chair.
The knee on the chair, right? The knee on the chair, we focused on that. So the image of the lady up in the corner really striding out. Now, she has more than 15 degrees there, right? Right? And it's a relative term because you're seeing one part moving forward and one part moving back. So where does she get in, where were we supposed to get this extra 30 degrees at? If in the joint itself, it's only about 15. I dare say most of you probably would have trouble getting 10 degrees. If we lay you down on the floor and bring true hip extension, all right? And I can say that with a little confidence, and I can show you why a little bit later. But to get that 40 degrees, she has to lift the leg up. It's extending back. But at the same time, the pelvis is also moving back at the same time in order to get that much rotation. And then to get the rest of the leg lift, something has to happen here in the lumbar spine. And so this starts this discussion about what's happening in the lumbar spine that doesn't get compressed but could lead to further hip extension, because when I have to do this motion, you do this a lot, right? What's this called? A lunge, right? So surely I have more than, if this is what neutral is, looks over here. Here's 10, here's 15. Wow, I'm going further. My pelvis has to move back, all right? So if I'm lunging, I'll show it to you over here. I'm stacked up. Oh, right here, I'm starting to really feel some stretch on the front part of my thigh. Oh, if I go any further, it's a no-fly zone for me. I can feel it right now unless I get this motion here. Pelvis has to rotate back. If not, then I'm going to get caught in my lumbar spine. So we do a disservice when we try to keep this pelvis very still and try to get further in our lunge without letting the pelvis rotate. So it compresses the back. So we need at least, ideally, it's 15 degrees. But if you could get 10, it would be a hurrah. But that degree of motion at the hip is also equivalent to this degree of motion at the ankle. If you do not have it at the ankle, and what do we mean by that? The bending of the ankle, the front part of the ankle, its ability to close in the front, or you think it might be stretching out your gastroc or the gastroc, soleus, plantar flexors on the bottom of the foot, back on the toe, so that as this leg swings through the air forward, before it comes down, the more availability that you have right here at that ankle without compromising right here in the knee, and you're over the hip, then you'll be able to maximize here at the pelvis, moving around the ball. So 10 degrees is what we're hoping for. That doesn't mean much to you, but if that number doesn't mean much to you, you might consider that what does it look like, this ability of shin bone to translate over that foot, and the ability of the pelvis, something to open here in the groin. Those two go together. Okay?